All right. All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. And we are going to go back into the verse series. This time we got a battle between who has the better music, Berlin or Blondie. So I love both of these bands, but there can only be one winner for me. Uh, Everybody's going to have their own opinion, so let's keep it real. Let's keep it positive in the comic section down here. So um, I was exposed to both of these bands at a young age. I didn't really grow up. I didn't really grow up with Blondie because it was way before I was born. I mean, they were in the '70s and stuff like that. I didn't really listen to them that much. I know my mother wasn't a big fan of Blondie at all, and she said that they were, the front woman Debbie Harry, she thought was kind of weird. I, on the other hand, have a different view on that. I thought Debbie Harry is awesome. I think she's really really cool. But everybody's got their own views and opinions on different bands, different things, all that. Um, I remember, growing up and hearing the song "Heart of Glass," which was a pretty cool song. I mean, the beat, everything to it. Of course, Blondie is supposedly one of the first punk rock bands. Can you believe that? And I don't really get that vibe with them because you had Debbie Harry on vocals, you had the late Clem Burke, who had just recently passed away, on drums. Probably by far, probably one of the best drummers in the world. Um, then you had Chris Stein. I know Chris Stein and Debbie Harry did have a relationship. So you get songs like of course, "Heart of Glass," which I said just a couple seconds ago. You get "Hanging on a Telephone," "One Way or Another," and then their later song that came later on, years and years down the road, "Maria," which was really really cool. One of my favorite ones is "The Hardest Part." I just love that song. I mean, the video to it, and when they were singing that live back in the day, which you can look up a lot of those Blondie videos on YouTube with their performances. Very very cool stuff. Even "Rapture," which it does. She does rap in the song. It comes later on in the song, but when Debbie Harry raps, it is epic. Um, I think Debbie Harry as an artist. Of course she just turned 80. A couple months back. As an artist, I think she's really really good. I don't have a problem with her at all. Um, I know her voice is very very unique, especially when it came to "Rapture," the song "Rapture," which is that has part of the rap music in it when she raps. When she starts out singing, she's got that voice. Um, it's hard to express how she sounds, but I mean she is just much of a icon in the music industry, along the lines of like Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper and I mean Metallica and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean they definitely I mean, if I was in that '70s era, if I actually grew up as a teenager in the '70s, they would definitely be my go-to band for sure. So that's what I have, and of course Debbie Harry's trademark look is the blonde hair. Naturally, she's a natural brunette. I didn't know that until I did, until I started watching some videos of her because in the "Hardest Part" music video, her hair is her natural hair color. She's got the shades on and all that. Just very, very unique. She's got a very, very unique look, a very, very unique looking face. I mean, she definitely does stand out because when you do see a photo of her, you're gonna know who that is right away if you're a music fan. So this leads me right into Berlin right now. We're gonna go into Berlin. Berlin. Terry Nunn is the singer of Berlin. She is not the original singer. She replaced the original singer because the original singer wanted to go solo. So John Crawford, who was one of the band members that founded the band Berlin, was looking for somebody, and they came across Terry Nunn. And Terry Nunn is definitely I gotta tell you, even now today that she's even older, woo, man, she looked great for her age. Um, she is younger than Debbie Harry. Um, I watched a lot of her songs. But my first introduction to Berlin was from the 1986 film Top Gun with Tom Cruise. The song that they did for that was "Take My Breath Away." That is a very, very good song. It is one of my favorites, especially if you're in a relationship with somebody. That's one song you definitely would like to play. But one of my favorite ones of theirs, actually two favorite songs of theirs that I really like is "No More Words" and "Like Flames," which is an awesome song. I was actually talking to my supervisor the other day if she's ever heard of Berlin, the band from the '80s. And she said no, because she's from Romania, and I told her, he says, "You never heard of them?" I says, "Have you ever seen the movie Top Gun from 1986?" And she says, "Yeah." Well, do you know the song "Take My Breath Away"? They sung that, and she's heard of the song. She was like, "That was them." I says, "Yeah, that was them. That was Terry Nunn, and that was John Crawford uh, doing that song along with the rest of the bandmates, because the bandmates kind of switched out because they did have Rick Olson. He left on the second album. The original drummer, I forgot his name. He left after I think the first album. Dave Diamond, who was keyboards, and now he does like guitar and stuff. Because Terry Nunn, John Crawford, and Dave Diamond, they all got back together quite a few years back, and I mean they've been playing. So you got pretty much the original lineup, but it's the three original band members. Um, Terry Nunn's. I like watching some of Terry Nunn's performances. In the band, because like her movements with like No More Words, she does like that in some parts of the live performance, because she did two live performances of that song in '84. Ironically, that was the year I was born. Okay, so it was just fun watching, because she's wearing these high heels, and like she does this weird walk. Of course, she doesn't. When she does the song now these days, she doesn't do it because she's quite older. I don't know. She just got out of that part of doing that, but she had this thing where she would just walk like a robot and then come out to it. And it was really fun, really, really cool. And the really unique thing about Terry Nunn is that she has her hair two different colors, and I think the blonde is her natural hair color, but then she'll have like the black streaks like at the bottom. Now, if you guys are Friday the 13th fans, I know, gosh, what's her name, who played Violet in that? Tiffany Helm. The Violet character has the blonde hair and the black streaks, and she had talked about that. That's where she got it from, because Terry Nunn's hairstyle was that at that time, because Friday Five came out in '85, and Terry Nunn was rocking the blonde and the black hairstyle back in those days, and she still does it. She still rocks it as well to this day, from what I know. But there's songs like, I think there's one song on there they have like Shala Shalala or something like that. It's a real cool one. I'm trying to think of another one that is kind of rare. Gosh, I can't remember what the name is. I know the music video for it. She's walking. I just can't remember the name of the song offhand. I have to look at the stuff, but she's done some stuff. Maybe I can look up some stuff here really quick, and I'll let you guys know here. Let me look up some Berlin songs. Give me a couple seconds here, guys. Okay, looking at some Berlin songs. No More Words, Metro. That's a real good one. Metro is a good one. Masquerade is another good one. Touch. Tell Me Why. Pictures of You. In My Dreams. Shayla's a good, yeah, Shayla, I mentioned that one right. Turn You On with the lights on. Well, they got quite a few of them, man. I mean, They had one that was called Sex that came off the first album. That was when Terry Nunn joined the band. I believe it was called Sex. So I remember the song, but the Metro one was really, really cool. So they both, going back now, we're going to go and bring this into full force here. Debbie Harry versus Terry Nunn. Debbie Harry versus Terry Nunn. Who is the better vocalist between the two? And this is where it's going to come down to where it's going to get really, really tough here. Because I love both of these artists, or both of these singers for this. They both got unique voices. But I'm going to have to say Terry Nunn all the way because, there's something about, watching, the 80s stuff of her. She was she was a real nice looking woman, man. Terry Nunn, and still is today. Whew, I tell you. But, that voice that she has. The live performance that she did for Like Flames in 1987, just the way she sings that, just the way she is, it's, just the way she moves and stuff, it's just, wow. It really gets you going, especially when you're, a guy, how many female singers, can really, be good looking at the same time and, dance, not to say that, Debbie Harry wasn't good looking. She was as well, too, but, I think it had to do with, who you really connect with more as an artist and, stuff like that. But, Terry Nunn's voice is, I like it a lot. I like how she sings. I like how she moves on stage when she's, performing and stuff like that, versus Debbie Harry. But as for vocal-wise, again, Terry Nunn all the way. Now for the band, they got, the exception of Clem Burke, which is with Blondie, one of the most recognizable drummers in the world, in the music, community. I would have to say who has the better songs. To me, I like both of them. Again, it's hard to pick. Again, I'm going to say Berlin because, you get No More Words. Like Flames is one of my favorites. Take My Breath Away is another good one. You name it. Masquerade, Metro, all that. That was all in the 80s. That was the 80s era, versus, where Blondie's, all their music, pretty much most of their music is from the 70s. But now to make the final one, so we're Berlin 2 and Blondie 0. So Berlin's in the lead. So what band do I prefer the most between these two? And I have to say it again. It is Berlin. Berlin is the winner in this one. The music is very 80s. Got great music. Terry Nunn is awesome on vocals. You got, John Crawford, Dave Diamond. What more can you ask for, But yeah, let me know in the comments before. If you guys have heard of these two bands, which ones have you listened to the most? And which ones do you think is the better between the two? And who had the better songs? And who was the better vocalist? But at the end of the day, they both win because in their own individual right, they both bring something to the table because they got very unique songs, very unique vocalists with, Debbie Harry and Terry Nunn. But without further ado, guys, that is what I got. And I'll see you guys back in the next one for another Versus coming up here next week.